Hello and welcome back to my channel, and more specifically part 8 of my series, Living with a Tao Tao. If you're new to this series, let me get you caught up. I purchased the most hated scooter on the internet in order to find out if it really is unreliable or if it just has unreliable owners. In order to give the scooter a fair shake, I've been performing all the services outlined in the owner's manual with high quality parts and proper techniques. I've been keeping track of all the data, such as a service record, trip log, fuel economy, and health report in a comprehensive Google spreadsheet that I've shared with you in this video's description. Well, it happened again. My Tao Tao Pony 50 broke down. And this time, it quite literally left me at the side of the road. Now, I had the foresight to record this breakdown to share with you guys what it really is like to live with this scooter. So without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm on my way home from work, and it's a wet day. You know, it's not raining anymore, but there's plenty of out, you can see. And the Tao Tao shut down. And now it's giving me a crank but no start. So if I come over here, crank it up, like it's not even trying. Not even a puff out of it. So I don't know if I shorted out the CDI or what I did, but I've got my little rescue toolkit here. So I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this on the side of the road. I will also say that these little cheapo wrenches are very difficult to use when you're trying to take nuts out of these holes. So maybe I should start carrying a socket wrench with a 10mm socket. But I don't know how you're expected to pull the seat out with this little thing. Alright, so I've got the seat bucket off, and now I'm going to use the little spark plug tool here. Pull the spark plug out, see if I've got spark. I think you're just supposed to use this little screwdriver in there and try and turn it. Just like that. There she goes. Alright, spark plug out. Still lean. Throw it back in the boot. And then we'll ground it against the cylinder head and crank it over. Yep, no spark. Try again. No spark at all. So, I don't know if I got the CDI too wet here or what. I mean, it shouldn't have gotten too wet. I've never really seen this problem happen in a Japanese scooter, but something's going on here. It's got these little weather pack gaskets inside of there, so those look all good. That ground wire just pulled out a little bit. Reconnect that. Oh. That ground wire doesn't look good at all. See it. Oh, that's okay. It just was in backwards, I guess. All right, I need two hands. So I'm gonna plug this back in and see if I can get it to fire. All right, I plugged it back in. I don't know if it just got some water inside the weather packing of the CDI, but try and hold the phone and the spark plug at the same time and not shock myself. So I'll try and hold it like this, maybe. Here we go. Ouch! You saw the spark and it shocked me a little. I'm gonna put it back in and see if it starts. All right, let's see if she starts up. There we go, running again. Man, I don't know what happened. Like I said, I know it's just the wiring got wet or whatever, but you really shouldn't have to deal with that. You should be able to ride in the rain. They should have a better packing or something on the CDI so this can't happen. I mean, I don't know. What kind of lesson did I learn here? Don't ride in the rain, or I don't know. A little upset. At least I'm going home now, and at least it's not raining anymore. Living with a Tao Tao. Usually when I have a breakdown on one of my vehicles, I like to make an improvement because it's usually exposed some sort of weakness in the design. And I guess I could relocate the CDI to a higher place on the frame so it's not as prone to getting wet. But I'm not 100% sure that the water was the reason this thing shut down on me. As I was reviewing the footage, it really did look to me like that ground wire was installed upside down in the connector. And that ground wire has a special little tab that locates in the connector, and that's what locks it in place. So this might have just been a poorly manufactured wire harness. In which case, installing the ground wire the correct way was the improvement. I'm not really sure there's much more I could do. I've ridden this thing in the rain quite a bit, and this is the first time that that's happened to me. I'll also note that the breakdown was really unfortunate because I had to take everything under the seat, out of the seat, and while moving all my stuff around, I ended up losing my wallet, which is not 100% the fault of the scooter. I mean, that was sort of my flustered brain. But I'll also mention that I wouldn't have left it had I not broken down. And while it's not exactly confidence inspiring, it is kind of refreshing to know that that issue was easily solved and I'm back on the road. And now that's not going to happen some other time, maybe in the dark or in some spooky haunted woods. Now, I was pretty fortunate that this problem was solved by just reconnecting a pin in a connector. If it would have been a failed component like a blown CDI or a bad ignition coil or a bad stator, there wouldn't have been much I could have done. I would have had to take a lift home or to a motorcycle shop where I would have purchased a part and then went home and grabbed some more tools and then swapped it on the side of the road, or I would have had to have this thing towed, which is something you should think of if you're trying to factor in how much you want to spend on your transportation, if and when they break down, how you're going to resolve it. But like I said, it all worked out for me, so I'm not really sure I learned a lesson at all. And I think that's where I'm going to end this episode. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the notification bell. If you want to follow along with my project in real time, of course, you can check in on my Tao Tao log shared with you in the description, or you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I try and give regular updates. And until next time, I'll be living with the Tao Tao. Living with the Tao Tao.